the name, let it rain. Hall of Fame. Every word's a heavyweight swing. Hall of Fame. Built on blood, sweat, and pain. Hall of Fame. Put respect on the game. Put respect on the game. Hey. Put respect on the game. Hey. Yeah. Put respect from the mat to the mic, from the grind to the glow. Every scar got a story, every win you already know. No gimmicks, no smoke, just the truth when we speak. If it moves the culture, we the ones you should seek. They been watching the climb, now they hear the voice. When legends talk legacy, they ain't really a choice. Hall of Fame. This ain't hype, this is fact. Hall of Fame. Every era intact. Hall of Fame. Past, present collide. Hall of Fame. Forever certified. Put respect on the Booker T certified. 5 times solidified. Brad Gilmore verified. Voice of the fight amplified. Of his legacy we testify. Of his greatness we let it fly. History don't whisper. It speaks when we arrive. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Legends never change.
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Oh, yes. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, two-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as always. They call him the boat. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all the people stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting you champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. As you can tell, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. I went fishing last week, caught a little something. You know what I mean? The weekend was banging. I must say it was a hell of a weekend. Reality of wrestling. Reality. I want everybody under the banner, everybody under the label. Reality of wrestling. I want to thank you guys for going out there and really working your butts off. The ladies,
oh, man,
and brought extra flavor to the game. And if you haven't caught some reality of wrestling, I suggest, man, catch it on YouTube every Sunday. If you're anywhere in the surrounding areas of Houston, Texas, you can catch it on CW39 at 10 p.m. every Saturday night. And I mean, every Saturday night, you can check it out. Some of the best talent, some of the best independent talent that you're going to see before they become major superstars, man. So I suggest you catch your reality of wrestling. How you feel, man?
Look, Book, I'm feeling good. To backdoor on what you just said about reality wrestling, I want to give a big shout out to our guy, Josiah Howard, who's our producer for our ESPN National show. He actually was tapped into the live stream, and he texted me after the show was over, and he said, hey, man, that women's title match, Lady Bird, Brittany Brooks, that was off the hook. And so, and I agree. I was sitting right there, your best seat in the house next to you, and man, what a match. Shout out to Lady Bird. She's the truth, man. Lady Bird is the truth.
She's coming to
Brittany
her own, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I gave her a big shout out, in NXT. It was kind of like a mistake, but then again, maybe it wasn't.
Maybe it wasn't.
You understand what I'm saying? Maybe it wasn't. You know what I mean? So Lady Bird, Monica Monroe, big ups for going out there and representing reality of wrestling at its finest, man. But like I say, man, reality wrestling, we had a lot of stuff going on in 2026. We're still trying to get to that million subscribers on YouTube, and we need you guys to help us out as far as that go. But we got something in the works to try to make it grow faster. I'm talking about you feel me? I'm talking about it warp speed. But no, man, what we got going on, man? What's in the news? What's in the news?
There's a few things. But the one thing I want to start off with is last night was the 98th Academy Awards. And for the 6th time in history, the best lead actor went to a black actor, Michael B. Jordan. But, man, Book, you saw Sinners, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I haven't seen it, but I just seen a lot of the
you've seen
stuff like stuff on YouTube. I'm always catching a little bit here and a little bit there.
An amazing performance by Michael B. Jordan. He now stands next to the shoulders of guys like Sidney, as he said in his speech, Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, and Will Smith as the only men to hold that particular honor, coming where he comes from. And I just thought I thought Timothy Chalamet was going to get it, but I was so happy when they called Michael B. Jordan's name. And I love that he said, the first thing he said was, God is good. The second thing he said is, Mama, what's up? You know, he's
Hey
the man.
man, you know he definitely giving props to the right people. Mama, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
For Mama, none of that would be possible. And I'm proud of that dude, man. I'm proud of him for going out there and winning that award. You say six, only
Only
six
6.
out of all these years of the
98
academy.
years.
Out of
Only
all
6.
these, out of all these years of the academy, only 6. Um, I give him praise, man, for being able to stick it out, going out there, keeping his nose to the grind, and literally blocking out all the white noise, because you can get frustrated in a situation like that. But he's literally among the few, and among the greats, and there's been so many other greats that didn't win that award. So big props to Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, man, I was so happy for him. I was so happy for him. And you know what? Also, Ryan Coogler, the director of the movie, also wrote the screenplay, is the second black man to win the award for best original screenplay. Him and Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, of course, won several years back. I think it was 2016 or something like that. So shout out to Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler's made so many great movies. This is a guy who did not only Sinners, he did Creed, he did Black Panther, Fruitvale Station.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an incredible talent. I think his next movie is going to be the X-Files. He's doing the new X-Files. So shout out to those guys, man. They have a great collaboration with each other. Well, Book, that's where I wanted to start, obviously with Michael B. But so much has been going on in pro wrestling as of late. And I want to say something at the top of the show and see what you think of it. I was thrown off last week watching NXT because I'm watching the show. I'm enjoying the show. I didn't know anything was coming. I didn't know something was afoot. I didn't know there was a conspiracy going on behind your back that you were not made aware of. That all of a sudden Vic Joseph just says Booker T Appreciation Night out of nowhere. Out of nowhere,
Yeah.
I didn't heads up. Vic didn't call me so I
Nah,
could be ready.
He got me on
You
that
know what I
one.
mean?
Yeah.
So talk to me about that announcement, because tomorrow when we're doing this is Booker T Appreciation Night in your hometown, Houston, Texas, for NXT, a show, as Vic said, you're only supposed to be with for 3 months. It's been 3 years. What was your reaction to that?
They've been showing a video of all the guys, giving me props, whatnot. And at the end of it, they had me in, and the one word that comes to mind for me is humbling, man. I'm humbled. I really am, because I didn't expect to be doing this for this amount of years. I didn't expect to be doing this at all in my life. And then I find myself in the wrestling business, and I've been in it more than 35 years. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride. And then to have had my my DNA, so many talent, coming into this business, trying to make it to that next generation, working with so many guys and so many girls down at NXT, I was just talking to Tatum Paxley, and we just happened to be sitting at the same table, and I say, Tatum, I gave you props this week on my show. She goes, for what? And I gave her the whole rundown as far as where she came from and where she have evolved to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been amazing. And to be able to give her props, to be able to pat her, because one thing that young people need most of the time, all they need is a pat on the back and to be told, hey, you can do this. You got this. It ain't no problem. That's all they need. That's all they need. So for me to be in this position to where I'm being appreciated is really awesome, and it's really, really humbling. A lot of my students are going to be there, in the building, getting a chance to, soak it all up as well. My family, going to be there as well. My kids, my mom, everybody's. It's amazing. I'm excited. I'm really excited for Booker T Appreciation Night.
Man,
It's gonna be a good show too. It's gonna be a really good show.
Oh, well, we already know that. And NXT, man, you know what's crazy too about NXT is, people who are tapped in week to week, it might be the best wrestling show on television. And I say that in respect to Raw, SmackDown, AW, TNA, just because it's so what's the word? Where continues to it moves. You know what I mean? It moves. I can't think of the name. It's just the inertia of the show just propels forward. And by the time the show's over,
it's fluid.
yeah, just quick, but good, quick but good. So I'm sure that you also appreciate that being that commentary that the show just moves. You don't have any
I'm
dead
gonna tell you,
spots.
it's the fastest 2 hours of my week.
Yeah.
It really is. It goes by like that. It's actually a seamless transition as far as every, thing that's going on, every promo, every segment, every match, and for me, I've learned so much as a producer, as a director, since I've been in NXT, getting a chance to watch those guys put that work together every week. I steal something every week and bring it to reality of wrestling and say, man, we got to do this, we got to do that. So for me, it's been awesome being a part of this thing for, like I say, over 3 years now, going on 4 years. I just came in to have some fun for 3 months. And then once I realized I was going to be sticking around, I said, man, I gotta figure this out. And then working with Vic Joseph, he's made it so easy for me. He really has made it so easy for me being a part of it. He let me do my thing, and he does all the work.
Are you
That's the only way I can look at it.
Are you happy you've had this run though in commentary because like this, you've had 3 runs as a commentator, right? You had the original run. Oh, look at that. You had the original run going back in the early 2000s, right? On SmackDown and on a Raw. And then you came in, I can't remember who you were filling in for a while, but you were on Raw for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Every week when you, Michael, and Corey. And then this time, even though maybe some websites don't say so, you've gotten universal praise during this run, to where now they have to put you in a video game.
You know what, man? I fit into NXT. I really do. Just because it's young guys, young girls going out there on a weekly basis, they can make mistakes, and I can call them out on it. I can talk about it. I've been in their position before. I know exactly the butterflies that's going through their bodies when they walk out of that curtain. I know everything about these young guys. It's hard to do that with the superstars on the main roster. Those guys are superstars. You got to look at them and you got to talk about them a certain way. And for me, it was really, really hard trying to make that transition. But for NXT, with Vic Joseph by my side, it's been awesome, right? I know we got to take a break. We got to take a break. We got a lot to talk about, man. Ronda Rousey, we got a lot to talk about. Stick around, guys. We'll be back in a minute.
What's up, everybody? Brad Gilmore and Booker T here in the Hall of Fame, and we want you to stop what you're doing. Put the remote down, sit up straight, adjust your championship belt, because this is not just an ad. This is an announcement from the Performance Commission.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm talking about bright lights, big fights, main event, last man standing energy, dog.
Look, this is the moment where the smoke hits, the pyro explodes, and the announcer screams, ladies and gentlemen, business is about to pick up.
Go ahead and tell him, Brad. Hit him with it.
Look, you already know what time it is. It's time to level up, and Blue Chew just dropped something crazy. I'm talking about next level championship belt gold-plated energy.
I'm talking about Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This ain't your grandpa's little blue pill. This is the 4-in-1 beast that's setting gold standard performance, man.
Yeah, we're talking about 2 ingredients for blood flow to keep that rocket pumping, mixed with apomorphine and oxytocin to turn up the arousal connection in your brain and your body. Blue Chew Gold dissolves under your tongue and works in as little as 15 minutes. That means you can get it in quicker and stay in the game longer. Elevation without hesitation. This is peak passion and peak performance in a single tablet.
That's right, Brad. Sounds like somebody just cashed in the money in the bank at midnight. Oh, yes.
That's not let's see what happens energy. That's call the announcer, cue the slow motion, somebody get a replay energy.
That's when the referee slides in and goes, y'all good? And you say, ring the bell.
That's the difference between showing up like it's a Tuesday
and showing up like it's WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and the after party.
Hey, BD, check this out. If she sends you that "you still awake" text, your confidence walking down the hallway should look like you just beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Man, after that, the mattress might retire your jersey.
The bed's gonna be in the back like, I need some ice. Somebody get me some ice.
That's what I call going for the gold, baby.
And coming on with the championship belt. Make life easier by getting harder, and discover your options at BlueChew.com.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with the code BOOKER. That's promo code BOOKER. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Oh, yes, man. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Hey, man. Breaking news. Ronda Rousey is back. Oh, yeah, man. How you feel about that, Brad? Talk to me. How you feel about Ronda Rousey, the woman who pretty much changed the whole name of the game as far as women stepping inside the octagon? If it wasn't for Ronda, it may have never happened.
Well, that's true, but also unrelated to her AEW appearance, because for me, when I saw Ronda Rousey come back at AEW, I was like, the crowd goes mild. Because look, I will never take away what Ronda Rousey's been able to do for the sport of MMA. And I'm a fan of Ronda Rousey, the fighter. Back when she was doing it and we were covering it a decade ago or whenever it was that she was really on top. I had a lot of fun covering Ronda in that peak period. I'm excited to see her fight Gina Carano. You know what? That card's getting more interesting by the day. Platinum Mike Perry, Nate Diaz are going to be fighting. Francis Ngannou's on the card. Okay, I'm kind of excited for that one. Not a bad little card for Netflix. But when I saw her on AEW, I had maybe a negative, less than a 1% reaction.
Why is that? Why?
Well, because I just don't think that she appreciates the wrestling business.
Yeah, that could be true. You know what? That could be true.
Especially the fans of the wrestling business.
That could be true. That could be true also.
And the other thing is this, that I understand there's a money thing or whatever, but like when she was made into a star by the UFC, right? Her talent met with Dana White's promotion made her a star in the UFC. And when she has her big comeback match or fight, you would think that the loyalty should be to the UFC and be like, hey, let's work this out with Dana. But then she goes and gets the money with Jake Paul. Okay.
She tried that, and Dana said, no, we're not doing that. Dana
said,
you and Gina Carano, that's not happening. I mean, we could get you in there with Amanda Nunes or somebody, but Gina Carano, what are you thinking? So what was she to do?
Well, I mean, look, I understand if that's what it was, but then I think about like all the stuff she said about the WWE when she left and even during, like when she would get booed by the fans and then she would call them, marks, and they're working themselves into a shoot, brother, and doing all that stuff. I don't know. It left a bad taste in my mouth for Ronda Rousey in the wrestling business, which I will say her first year will go down in WWE history as one of the best first years of anybody. Main event of WrestleMania, great match at WrestleMania and WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans, women's championship. She won a Rumble. She had a great career, but I just don't even see her in an AEW. Like that just doesn't even seem like it fits. The puzzle piece doesn't fit to me. But I don't know. I'm always going to see what's going to happen.
Look, Tony Khan's trying to move the needle any way possible. I mean, Ronda Rousey agent called Tony Khan and said, hey, Ronda's available. Is there any interest in bringing Ronda into AEW? AEW Revolution is coming up. That could be something big. I think somebody like Tony Khan is going to jump all over that just like he did. And one thing, you know what? I can't hate on it. I mean, I'm not all that pleased about the way Ronda Rousey left the business or anything like that.
Same.
I'm not pleased about some of the statements that she made as far as wrestling goes. But people are going to be people. But I can't hate on Ronda Rousey coming back and getting a payday from Tony Khan. You just got to understand in this life. And this is what people need to understand. If you ain't, she's not like an influencer or anything like that. She's not like a great actor, which Hollywood is calling her. You know what I mean? So we've heard about the money, that these UFC fighters make, especially when they first get in there and they're coming up, 10 and 10, 5 and 5, 15 and 15. That's There's video game money, voiceover money, for a month. Seriously, so these guys haven't. Oh, and then you hear someone like a Justin Gagey talk about how he has had over 12 bonuses in his career, and the 12 bonuses don't add up to be $1 million. 12 bonuses over his career don't add up to be $1 million. These guys, in this, have you seen the gas prices? Have you seen the gas prices?
Filled up this morning, brother.
Exactly my point. Those little things, those little white envelopes that come in the mail on a weekly basis, they're called bills. They're called bills. Everybody got them. And no matter how much money people think you got, you need more. It's a reason why I'm still working. All right. No, look, but look here. I've been planning for many, many years. Just turned 61. Thank God. But I plan for, as far as my retirement plan, to retire at 59 and a half. All right. So right now I can collect cans and pay for this house. As far as the taxes every year. You know what? Being very, very frugal and being wise, my auntie, she still tells me this to this day. Watch your money, baby. Watch your money. She still tells me that to this day. And I remember when I bought this piece of land that I'm on right now that's worth so much money, and I built this house, and it's skyrocketed, and it's going through the roof. I paid $450,000 to build my house. Okay, and I remember I heard Ricochet talking about that WrestleMania match that I had. That WrestleMania match, Ricochet, that check paid for my house. Okay. So you need to be wise and frugal with your money, because fighters like Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all times, he had money troubles at the end of his career and his life. Evander Holyfield had a $30 million mansion. When he had to move out, he had a $5 billion landscaping bill. Okay. So my thing is this. Everybody need money. Ronda Rousey need money just like everybody else. And that's the only reason I can't hate. Hopefully she'll change her ways and understand that this second time around could be the most precious one, because it's not going to be many more opportunities like this one right here. So I give Ronda Rousey, respect for, understanding that, hey, I got to get out of here and go get this bag. I got this Carano fight coming up. That money's going to be going here. Let me go talk to Tony Khan and see if I can get some of them geeters, you know what I mean? Because he's passing them out, so I get it. Everybody needs that money, man, need that check. So I get it.
Well, yeah, if it's about the money, that's fine. And I get it too. I mean,
that's the only thing. Look, that's the only thing. That's the only thing it could be. Gina Carano, she could have picked a better opponent than that. But that's a safe opponent. As well as we're both going to get paid.
Gotta make a little money. Look, that card. No, I'm not hating on the Netflix card. I'm really not. I actually am kind of looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. But as far as her in AEW, it doesn't do anything for me. It just doesn't do anything for me. And we'll see.
Well, you know what?
See what happens.
You're not.
It's a wait and see.
You're not like the biggest AEW watcher anyway, so it's not like it's gonna, help you or hurt you or anything like that. But my thing is this. I don't see Ronda Rousey being around AEW very long. It might be a year. It might be 6 months. It's not a whole lot for Ronda Rousey to do in AEW other than wait a minute, no, other than win the belt.
Put the title on her. Well, I mean, the Los Angeles faithful were not pleased to see her. I mean, they were booed.
That's Los Angeles. Hulk Hogan got booed in Los Angeles. Come on.
So you're saying she's Hulk Hogan?
God rest his soul. But it
God rest the dead. God rest it. I did actually, and maybe this is how big of a wrestling fan I am, and maybe this was crazy for me to expect. You know, the Oscars, they do the in memoriam every year.
Yeah.
And I thought, because Hogan did some movies. He's in Rocky 3.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to show Hogan. They didn't show Hogan. I was actually a little bit hot about it. Don't you think he should have been in the in memoriam?
You know what? I saw some writing on that right there.
Oh, really?
About that earlier today, and Hulk not being acknowledged at the award ceremony. And you know, I didn't really think about it that much. I mean, Hulk wasn't really your actor's actor.
He's in Rocky
He was in a couple of movies, but it wasn't like he was the star. Only thing he was the star of was, you know, Thunder in Paradise. No Holds Barred.
Classic. No Holds Barred.
Look here.
You're telling me 3 niggas, high noon at Mega Mountain wasn't one of your favorites?
I like Thunder in Paradise. Of course, I like, the movie as well. No Holds Barred. One of my favorite movies of all time, next to Ready to Rumble. But I just had to throw that in there. But no, man. I don't know, man. We got somebody else in there. We got to take a break. But we got somebody else in there, man. We got to talk about that John Jones and what he's going through with the UFC, as well as not being on that White House call. Guys, stick around. We'll be back in a minute. In the Hall of Fame.
What's up, everybody? This is Brad Gilmore and Booker T for the Hall of Fame podcast. And you know, Book, I've been trying to get my mornings together lately. Not perfect, just better. Less chaos, less fog, less of that, why did I drink 3 coffees and now I'm vibrating out of my chair feeling?
You know, man, I know exactly what you mean. I used to hit the coffee hard in the morning. Then by noon, I'm crashing like I just got hit with the bookend. That's not good, dog.
That's why I started messing around with mud water. It's a coffee alternative made with cacao, chai, turmeric, and functional mushrooms, stuff like lion's mane and reishi, and gives you this smooth, locked-in focus without the jitters or that nasty crash.
And check this out, if you still want that real coffee taste, they've got a new low-caffeine coffee brand, only 45 milligrams of caffeine, but it's got L-theanine and those same mushrooms, and it feels so good, focused and steady, man. Not wired, not shaky, just ready to handle some business.
Yeah, Book, it's become part of my routine now. You just throw the powder in a mug, add hot water, mix it up. Some people add creamer, honey, whatever. It's easy.
You know, I like this part. Everything in it is organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, kosher, no sugar, no weird stuff, man. Just clean energy that actually lasts.
Plus, you can grab it online or even find it at Target and Sprouts now, which makes it super easy. If you want to get your morning started smarter, head to mudwater.com/Booker right now and get up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code BOOKER.
That's right, up to 43% off with the code BOOKER at mudwtr.com/Booker.
And after you order, they'll ask you how you heard about them. Tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you.
That's what I call starting the day like a champion. Now can you dig that, sucker? Boom, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Just chopping it up, talking some sports and entertainment and mixed martial arts. I love it, man. UFC action. UFC Freedom 250 going down at the White House. But one fighter will not be on the card, and that's John Jones. It's been a lot of controversy here over the last week as far as John Jones, UFC, as well as Dana White. I say, man, this has been something that I did not see coming as far as the tension between Dana White and John Jones. This is almost palpable to Francis Ngannou and what he went through with Dana White as far as the personal friction between the two. I never thought as much as John Jones has done for the UFC, we would hear his business put out in the street like that, so to speak. And I mean by that, Dana White saying that there were no negotiations. And if there wasn't any negotiations, there wasn't any negotiations. But if we talked about it in any form, there was some negotiations, okay? having the negotiations and still being, your lawyer being told, hey, you can negotiate all you damn want to. You ain't on the card. You ain't gonna ever be on it, and that's final. That's another story right there. The story about John Jones and somebody taping him with the meta glasses and his hip problems and having the arthritis in his hip. This is a guy that's done so much, for the UFC. And the thing is, you hear, I mean, put me to the side, okay? Forget about me. But when you hear fighters, fighters like, Tom Aspinall come out and say, why isn't John Jones getting paid, what he deserves? He got offered $30 million to fight me. You know what I mean? Why isn't, John Jones getting what he deserves? I just did not think I would see it come to this. Is it too personal opposed to business from outside looking in? What do you think?
I don't know I don't think it's personal between Dana and John, only from the standpoint of like Dana's always been such a big proponent of John Jones. I mean, he calls him all time. He's moved cards for him. He's, held his hand through controversies before, meaning like having his back and not just canceling his contract. So to me, I heard that there was a big number floated out there that John wanted in order to do it. But here's the thing too. And like, I just have to be honest. If I was putting together a card that might be the most important thing that I've ever done, and I needed to count, like people are like, why isn't John Jones on the card? Why isn't Conor McGregor on the card? Well, if I needed to count on two guys to be there no matter what, the track record wouldn't give me a whole lot of confidence in either of those superstars' names to show up at the White House.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah.
So I understand why if you didn't engage those names or you couldn't figure it out, I understand why that may have occurred. Now, John is the GOAT of MMA. I think that he has given his body to the sport. Youngest champion, in history in his division at his time, right? This is a guy who's a phenom, a prodigy. And it doesn't shock me either that he's having hip problems. We know a lot of those MMA guys, especially ones who have wrestling background, go through hip replacements at a very, very early age, just given the wear and tear that they go through. To me, if John is retired, which it seems like he is officially, and we're not going to see a John Jones fight again, he's still going to have the greatest career in the history of mixed martial arts. And
John Jones, unretired, he came back, he put himself through the USADA program. All right, so that said that, hey, I'm back in the game. Fighters retire and unretire all the time. That's just something that happens. No one in their right mind ever thought that John Jones was never going to fight again. I'd never believed that. I thought John Jones was going to fight, and the thing is, I'm sure he's going to fight again. The question is, for me, have the UFC moved on past John Jones? Probably. Okay, perhaps. But essentially saying John Jones is retired when a reporter asked that question and John Jones hasn't said he's retired. Isn't that kind of like, throwing John Jones under the bus and saying, hey man, we've gotten everything out of you and we ain't interested in doing nothing else?
Yeah. I mean, it is. Now, Dana could have also been just speaking from the standpoint of like, look, last time I talked to him, he was retired and we don't have any fight plans for him. Right? I mean,
I get that.
He unretire for the White House court when they announced doing it. And, not going to be on it. I guess he's retired.
I mean, a fighter.
I don't know.
Look here. I think it's money. We talking about Netflix. We talking about Francis Ngannou. And you heard what Jake Paul said. You heard what Jake Paul said, right?
About
Jake
Dana?
Paul said, no, about John Jones.
What did he say?
Jake Paul said,
come over to MVP?
He said, come over to MVP and we'll make sure you get the money that you deserve. All right, that's what he said. That's what he said to John Jones. And right now, that's what I'm talking about with these influencers. Man, these guys got so much money, coming out the wazoo. I was just listening to how the numbers rack up and how much checks these guys get a week, when they make, doing certain numbers. It's just nuts. It's astronomical. So for Jake Paul, he's made his own, way. He's literally written his own ticket as far as being able to put fighters together like a Francis Ngannou and a John Jones, a mega fight, a fight that we've been waiting to see for quite some time, a fight that we're never going to see in the UFC because we know Francis Ngannou is not going to cross that path ever again. I just don't see it coming unless there was a chance to make a fight between John Jones and the Predator. So my thing is, I don't know, man. John Jones got options as far as I'm concerned. And I don't think John Jones is retired. And I would love to see John Jones get in that cage and fight just one more time. I don't care if 3 more times.
Oh, I would. I mean, and look, if they can make him and Francis, that's a fight that we wanted to see for a long, long time. But you know what? Speaking of the UFC Freedom 250 card that's going to be at the White House, I mean, the card was released. Do you have any thoughts on it? You know, Ilya Topuria, Justin Gaethje, the main event for the lightweight title. You have Alex Pereira and Cyril Gahn for the heavyweight title. O'Malley's on the card.
How many title shots Cyril Gahn is going to get? Don't nobody want to see Cyril Gahn. Okay? I mean, that's just me. He's a good-looking fighter, okay? He's very smooth. Okay, I give him all of that. But you tell me, what has Cyril Gahn done in the UFC?
Nothing, really. I mean, he's fought in the UFC. He's fought in the UFC.
A lot of guys have fought in the UFC. A lot of guys.
But
what impact has Cyril Gahn made in the UFC?
Oh, I mean, not one. But here's the thing: who else do they have in the heavyweight division?
Well,
Tom Aspinall's out there. I mean,
Tom Aspinall is out there, but Cyril Gahn is nowhere near the Alex Pereira versus John Jones fight.
Oh no.
Okay, so we could you be foaming at the mouth right now if that fight was made.
Yeah.
Okay. So my thing is if you know Makachev is out there and he's and it ain't Ramadan, his ass better be ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. You know, we said it was gonna be 5 to 6 championship fights. We got 2.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2. Justin Gaethje and Ilya Topuria. That you know, that match could go one or two ways. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a sleeper. Ilya Topuria, he don't mind standing up and fight. We know that, but we know he can, you know, take it to the ground as well. But we know Justin Gaethje's got a ground game that he really doesn't use. How well he's going to be able to defend if Ilya Topuria actually want to go that route. I don't know. But this is not the most exciting card.
It's not the most exciting card. Now look, but
it's a fight card. I'm not down in the card or anything like that. But it's just a regular fight card to me.
like if this was the UFC fight card, like let's say in Jacksonville or Houston or Atlanta or whatever, right? We'd be like, man, this is like a freaking phenomenal card. Like I'd go to Vegas to see this card.
It'll be a great.
The White House card, we had like higher expectations. I will say, if the main event was Alex Pereira versus John Jones or John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, we're having a whole different conversation about this card. That is true.
We're having a whole different conversation. If anybody,
he's the GOAT, man.
I heard Bo Nichols say this was one of the greatest cards he's ever seen, and I know he's got to say that. I know.
How many cards has he seen? That's my follow-up.
But let's just keep it real. It's a good card.
It's a good card, yes.
It's not the card that we was set up as far as what we was anticipated. Something totally different. We got to take a break, guys. Stick around, get all the fame. We'll be back in a minute. Let me ask you something, Brad. What's one money lesson you wish you learned way earlier in life?
Oh, man, BT, I wish I learned about budgeting. No questions. Just understanding where your money goes before it disappears. And now, if you've got kids or teenagers, you're trying to pass those lessons down while juggling everything else.
Exactly. Parenting already comes with a million moving parts. The last thing you want is money stress adding to that chaos.
And that's where Cash App comes in, especially for parents with teens.
For all the parents out there with teenagers, we know you're already trying to keep a million different things under control. Cash App is here to help you make sure your teens' money and their spending isn't adding to that craziness.
Cash App is designed to meet teens aged 13 to 17 where they are with intuitive educational tools. Available through sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, teens can gain access to a personalized Cash App card that comes in different colors and patterns to fit their style, and the ability to instantly access money from their family and friends. Cash App makes managing money feel easier and honestly just cooler than the other options out there.
The platform also has tools that can help develop real-world financial habits in a space that's safe and easy to navigate, all with your oversight and approval.
If your teen is getting their first job, Cash App can give them access to their paychecks up to 2 weeks early and can help them achieve personalized saving goals that they can set themselves all within the app. With Cash App, these tools become something they'll actually want to use because they were designed with them in mind.
Finally, no one wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance required, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money.
With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring. If there's ever something that feels off, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap.
Skip the stress and give your teen a way to learn financial responsibility with no hidden fees. Download Cash App and get started today.
For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply.
Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking service provided by Cash App's banking partners.
Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC.
Direct deposit promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand.
Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosure.
Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Getting ready to wrap this thing up here in a bit. I know we may have a few super chatters, but if you got any questions, you better do it. Do it now. I'd do it for you. I really would. I really would.
BT, you made a reference to something just a second ago, and I just want to follow up on it. Not to be messy, but you mentioned Ricochet had a comment about something. Do you have any more to say about Ricochet?
Not really, man.
I
really wasn't talking about Ricochet.
Well, that's what I wanted you to clear up, because there was a reel that we put out for the show where we were talking about AJ Styles, and you were like, hell, AJ adapted his style to the WWE way of pro wrestling. He was able to keep most of his stuff, but figure out how to make it work. And all you said is like, hey, like Ricochet and AJ have like a similar style. Ricochet didn't really adapt it the way that AJ did in WWE. Not a slight, not a dig, really just a factual statement that he didn't try to alter at all. So go ahead. And then hold on. And then Ricochet made a comment on that video saying something about you in the Triple H WrestleMania match.
I mean, at least he remembered the match. You know what I mean? At least he remembered the match. Okay. All right. Let's just say that. As far as Ricochet goes, like I said, I always thought the guy was a hell of a worker. You know, maybe he's playing into his character. So I can't get my feelings hurt about something like, I mean, because I got to take it with a grain of salt. I really don't know where it's coming from. Maybe he heard his name being mentioned, and you know, these days you want to ride, man. You want to get on that ride and take it a little bit further. As far as you know, me having any kind of beef with Ricochet, I ain't finna go there or anything like that. Because if I say anything remotely negative about Ricochet, they're gonna write about it, and it's gonna make him feel like, oh man, I got him. You know, so my thing is, I'm gonna just let that go, because the story wasn't about Ricochet. It was about AJ Styles being able to adapt in styles and really change, you know, everything as far as what people thought about him, and totally take it to another level. Ricochet, maybe he didn't want to change his style. Maybe he wanted to go out and continue to have those type of matches that he having now. Maybe he wanted to have more control over being able to go out there and jump off something. That's what a lot of these guys want to do. And they have certain producers that, no, we can't do that tonight. It's not in the script. So I get it. I totally understand. These young guys, man, I can't say this right here. These guys these days definitely don't have as thick a skin as they did back in the day. All right. These guys soft, man. A lot of these guys soft these days. Seriously. They can't take criticism, and they can't take constructive criticism most of the times. And I'm just being real on that right there. Seriously.
Well, the latter portion, most definitely. And what I'm hearing you saying, because you don't want this to be taken out of context in any way. So what I'm hearing is you saying that Ricochet sucks. That's what I'm I'm just kidding. I just want that to put that as the headline.
That's what somebody's gonna write. Booker T said Ricochet sucks, but no, man.
He's a talent. He's a hell of a talent.
Ricochet is a hell of a talent, man. And maybe he's in a better place. Maybe he's where he perhaps always needed to be in AEW. I mean, and I'm not going to ever slide on, I'm not going to be the guy here trying to put these young guys down in any negative way. Certain guys I've talked about, of course, the Swerve Strickland stuff. I've said I'd never really, say anything good about him, but I'm not going to say anything negative about him either. You know what I mean? These guys these days really look at this business totally different than the way I looked at it when I was coming up. When I was coming up, I was thinking about, making some money. I heard Angel Garza, who's now in AEW, called the Carlones. And he made a profound statement to somebody that said something about him and where he could be and what he could be doing. And Angel said, look, I'm not just a wrestler. I'm a father and a husband. And my responsibility, first and foremost, is to my family. I'm paraphrasing, but that's exactly what he said. That's what most people in this business really need to understand at the end of the day. We're talking about Ronda Rousey coming back. It's not because Ronda Rousey want to come back and fight somebody and get hit in the face. It's because of the money. It's because of being able to pay your bills. It's because of she got kids now, right? She got to be able to take care of those kids. Trust me. And for 18 years, that's a long time. So really understand what this game, not the fight game, this game of life is all about before you post something stupid on Twitter. Do that for me, young people.
Facts. Real quick, before we get to our super chats, AEW Revolution, do you have any comment, thought, or opinion, or have you seen the Texas Death Match, Hangman Adam Page, MJF? There was a spot with a syringe in the match. I had my personal feelings about it.
Last time I saw a syringe on there, it was a Strickland match. And I didn't think it was in great taste because I don't know what these guys think or understand about needles and drugs and whatnot. But I've walked in the room when I was a kid on someone in my family, close to my family, with a needle in their arm.
Yeah.
Doing the drugs, and it's something that made me not ever want to think about doing drugs like that. I used to see the needles on the ground when I was a kid because I was in places where I wasn't supposed to be, and so to see something like that on television, knowing what it represents, it just in poor taste. And I didn't see it, and I'm not going to comment on the match or anything like that, but I'm glad I didn't see it.
Well, I mean, you're not incorrect. And what I want to say is, from a responsibility standpoint, and I don't want to sound uptight because, I think that, wrestling, sometimes you can push boundaries and stuff in any kind of art form. But, I do think as I get older about like kids watching, because I was a kid watching. And when people were getting hit over the head with trash cans, what do you think me and my friends were doing? You know what I mean? We would find a trash can and we would hit each other with baking sheets and all kinds of stuff. This is at the height of hardcore wrestling. Like that was very influential. And when
Yeah.
something isn't made for kids, it makes you want to do it even more as a teenager. And so I
Hey,
don't.
hey, but you know what though? That's an executive decision.
It is
All
an
right.
executive decision.
That right there. I'm not the
I'm
talent
not
may
blaming the
want
boys.
yeah, the talent might want to do something in my company all the time in
I agree.
reality wrestling. And they damn it, they ain't doing it. Because I refuse to let something go out there because of the way it's,
Oh,
gonna be perceived and looked at.
I
Just
agree
that's
with you. I agree with you. And this is not a slight to MJF, who I think is incredible. And Adam Page, who's somebody. He's on the show and he does well for himself on AEW. There's not a slight to either one of those guys. It's more so like I don't think that that's the image we want to put out there for pro wrestling and for any of the kids watching. It just makes me squeamish. And I was talking to somebody else, and from a wrestling psychology standpoint, I don't know how a syringe helps you incapacitate your opponent for a count of three.
well, I mean, he's gonna stick him in. Did he stick him in the eye with it?
Stick it in the mouth.
I mean, you go to the dentist and get that all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't hurt that much.
It didn't
really.
hurt. It
I'm
didn't
like,
hurt.
what are you talking about? It was-
Psychology, I don't
This
understand
was
why
a
that helps.
hypodermic needle. I mean, what the hell? I don't know,
Anyway,
man. I
shout
don't
out to
know,
those
man.
guys.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to those
seriously.
guys. But let's go to our super chats. Mike Woodson said, I heard Houston is popping with these spring break parties. They are wilding. I don't know that to be a fact.
Look,
But
man,
have you
I'm
ever been to
60 look
Houston?
here. Look here. I'm 61 years old. You got damn time for no damn parties out there with these kids. What are you thinking?
Here's the one thing I know, though. It is
Set me up with a yacht and you'll go out, hang out and have some drinks. That's another thing. I'm a baller.
This is one thing I do want to say is rodeo season in Houston. And
Yeah.
we have some reality wrestling guys who went to the show who had never been to the rodeo.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you this. If all you need to know about Houston women is this. Danny Limelight is a Puerto Rican New Yorker, right? He went to the rodeo for 4 hours and he came back wearing a leather vest and cowboy hat. See what I'm saying? This is how good the women look in Houston.
Bro,
during
it
rodeo
is
season.
it's nuts, man. Like I said, I went last year. I didn't go this year. I went for Bun B concert last year. It was awesome. It was off the chain. And the women was dressed like they was going straight to the club after. I don't even want to get too deep, but they was just out there, just yeah. Seriously.
It was awesome.
It
So
was
shout out to all
great,
the women. Let's go. Let's see. Booker T is the GOAT of WCW. No disagreement here.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you. I put in work.
This one, and he also says Booker T is an absolute legend. Again, no
Oh.
disagreement here.
That is.
D'Angelo Brown, how you guys see Nikki Blackheart fitting in the WWE?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I saw Nikki Blackheart at the tryouts, and from a checking off boxes perspectives, she definitely passes that airport test. She's got an amazing, stunning look about herself. It's dark and smoky, you know what I mean? But she's definitely has star appeal, and I don't know the potential just yet, but we're gonna find out very, very soon exactly what Nikki Blackheart brings to the table. I'm looking forward to it.
This comes from Los Odolo. How long do you see yourself doing commentary in NXT? You've kind of become one of the main characters there. I agree with that.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna ride this thing as long as I possibly can. We've been talking about the whole show as far as taking care of the family. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this as long as I possibly can to take care of my family, to put them in a better position than I was when I was a kid coming up, and enjoy, have fun as much as I possibly can. We're not promised tomorrow. We really aren't. So for me, I'm riding this thing till the wheels fall off.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I want to see you go as long as you can, man. And D'Angelo Brown says now that Finn Balor got kicked out of the Judgment Day, should he release and bring back the Demon King? And thoughts on Road Dogg leaving?
Oh man, Finn Balor definitely can bring the Demon King back. That's something that people gonna be clamoring for if he do it. That just that right there is like one of the coolest gimmicks that I've ever seen a guy actually go out and perform, you know, in the middle of the squared circle with. The one guy back in the day in WWE, I think his name was Quane. He had all the tattoos on his face and he was all white. That dude, I think his name was Quane. That dude, his appeal. So yeah, man, I can see the Demon coming back. And Road Dogg, man. You know, Road Dogg's he's an outlaw, man. He's like Doc Holliday, you know. I'm your Huckleberry. He like that. He gonna, you know, walk to the rhythm of his own beat. I respect Road Dogg to the utmost. We've always had a great relationship, always had great chemistry. Road Dogg was I had Road Dogg's final match with him before he came to WWE.
In WCW, right?
In WCW. And the story is we're in Joe Louis Arena, all right? And I'm hitting Road Dogg, bang, I'm hitting him with this way, bang, I hit him with that, bang, and I cover him, kick out, grab the real chin lock. The people go crazy, all right? People going nuts. And I look around and Muhammad Ali is walking down the aisle. And I go, Road Dogg, Muhammad Ali is walking down the aisle right now. And Road Dogg say, well, turn me around so I can see. We turn around. We sat there in that real chin locker. We watched Muhammad Ali walk all the way to his seat, sit down, and we go, let's continue. Unbelievable.
Amazing.
That was Road Dogg's last match in WCW before he went to WWE. So I got a lot of respect for Road Dogg as well as the Armstrong family. Yeah, so
I love that.
I'm sure it was a business decision and perhaps something he had to do.
I love that story, and I tell you what, I remember when you told that to me, and this was at Ric Flair's last match in was that in Nashville?
Yeah,
I remember Road Dogg was actually working the shows before he came back to the WWE, and I said, "Hey, man, I got to ask you a story." Book told me the story about Ali, and he told me the same story from his perspective. He was like, "Oh, I remember that like it was yesterday," and he starts getting all hyped into it. You know, it was awesome. It was awesome to hear that from the other perspective. And
man, you thought I was lying, huh? You thought I just made it up.
No. I just wanted to hear it. I wanted to hear it from him. This is from Michael's Wrestling Channel. Hello, Booker T and Brad. I was wondering, what are your thoughts on Will Allday? I think he should definitely be in NXT or TNA. And finally, what are your thoughts on being in the WWE 2K26 video game?
Man, thanks for mentioning Will Allday. He's a guy that's been putting in a lot of work with reality wrestling, trying to get noticed, trying to put some eyes on him. And I tell you, he's a hell of a talent. He can work with anybody in the world. And if it's up to me, if I got anything to do with it, I'm going to get Will Allday to that next level. I can promise you that. What was that last part?
About being in the video game.
Oh, man, being in the video game. I just found out today that I'm in, and I ain't never leaving. Okay? I'm in the video game going forward and to the end. All right? So I'm like, all right, just keep sending the check. Let me keep, because I've been doing this thing for 4 months now, right? I've been doing the voiceovers for 4 months, and I've been trying so hard to just be a soldier, right? Forge through this thing, push through, right? And today, you know, I've been doing it on Mondays and Thursdays, 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Thursday. And this morning when I woke up, before we got started, I go, you know what, man? You know, how much longer, you know, do I got? How much stuff do I got left, you know? And the guys go, well, it's, you know, you're like, you know, trying to catch up, but you're never gonna be through. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't sign up for this. I thought this was a session. I thought I was doing a session, not the damn my life expectancy. What are we doing here? You know, so I just found out I will be doing voiceovers every week now, not twice a week. It's gonna slow down, they said, but I'm gonna be doing this, you know, forevermore. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm trying to get Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and can't remember crap, you know. So
How's your mental focus, Book?
I'm trying to stay focused, man.
It's focused.
It's focused.
Well, we got to get out of here.
It, man. I love it, man. I swear to God. Yeah.
Well, that's all our super chats for this week. We'll see what happens at Booker T Appreciation Night. I know Monday Night Raw is going to be here in a couple weeks as well. So a lot of wrestling here in the H.
Oh, no doubt, man. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, Brad for all the heavy lifting. And like you said, man, Booker T Appreciation Day going down tomorrow on NXT CW39. Check it out. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out, man. And until next time, peace. We love you.